Hey guys, what is happening and welcome to FIFA Ultimate Team Road to Division 1 episode number 25. Now I haven't brought an episode for quite a while, had a lot of troubles with my computer as I explained before and lost all my recordings and videos, which meant an episode went down, which is a real shame, but it was a really bad episode. We actually lost all 3 games really in a tight manner as well, which is annoying, but we also made a signing. We signed Ibrahimovic as well. I put him on loan for a couple of games. He did pretty well even though we lost. But yeah, we did manage to sign him as well, so we've lost a bit of coinage, so we're going to be trying to make that up at the moment. So as you can see, I'm going through picking out a load of these Simone Zazas. Now the silver market for players is really strange because at the moment at times players are really rare, then there's loads of them on the market. So what I'm doing, I'm just picking some of these up pretty cheap. Probably could have done a better player, but at the time I was just trying to get some trading done, and yeah, just picked up a load of these. You can see I'm listing a few up and then I will leave a few in the transfer list just sitting there, and I will gradually do these over time like I did sort of a few episodes back. Well, I say a few, probably about 10 episodes back when we had less coins. I was trading with Kurt Zuma. I was using quite a lot of him. Now position changes are quite a thing. These cards, some of them are really rare. These striker centre forwards are. There's a lot of other cards as well, but people will still list them up for pretty cheap. And as you can see, I picked 2 up pretty cheap there and sell them on both for about 4,900, 5k, pretty much maximum price. 850 I picked that one up for, which was ridiculous. So we'll see how we get on with them trades in the next episode, because obviously we're going to be trying to sell them Zazas over an amount of time, and yeah, I want to just show you me selling them one by one. So we will start off with our next episode showing you that. So as you can see, we've got 2 games left in Division 2. Hopefully we can try and get both of them won. We need to win both in able to go up. So it's a bit of an uphill task, and when I saw this team I was just like, oh my word, you have to be kidding me. It's got that man of the match Ronaldo, Bale, but it's all full Real Madrid side, as you can see. A few of the players, I think, well, if you've got Ronaldo, why haven't you got Casillas in goal and stuff like that? Because I think Casillas is really good on the game on here. But yeah, we had a pretty decent start. Was putting a lot of pressure on and almost got ourselves into the lead. And it was sort of nip and tuck all game here. As you can see, hits the post there. Lots of chances, but neither side could seem to break through. As you can see, just lots of saves. Diego Alves keeping me in it as per usual, and Bale here coming through for him, and I really think he should have scored at some point, but I was managing to just clear everything. And the good thing about this team is now I've built up my back line more than my front line, so yeah, I've got a very strong back line at the moment. You see Bale there coming very close. He was more of a threat than Ronaldo was, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see at the end of that game, we drew 0-0, so which means we're going to be staying in Division 2, having another crack here. You see we get the coins for remaining in the division, and yeah, it was a pretty even game. As you can see, look, pretty much same amount of shots, decent possession, and yeah, just unfortunate not to get a goal. But yeah, we're going to go at Division 2 again, and we go straight into the next game. I thought, no fussing about, let's just get straight into it. Come up against a full Mexican side. The midfield and defence is pretty weak, but the strike force that he had is pretty sweaty, decent strike force. We got off to a decent start, and Lacazette coming in there, he just rolled it out too soon, managed to pick up on it. I like picking up on people's areas quite quick and managing to get goals from it. So Lacazette got himself up to a decent start. Ibrahimovic was posing a threat all the time, but this guy managed to come through Vaya. As I said, sweaty strike force, you're going to score sweaty goals. I did try sliding in with that player at the right back, and yeah, just didn't seem to want to do it. Ibrahimovic once again posing a threat, really starting to get loads of shots in this game, and it wasn't going to be long before he got himself onto the score sheet. Lacazette here coming through, really unlucky not to score there, and we were just piling on the pressure at the start of the second half. I knew I didn't deserve to be at 1-0, so we just kept piling the pressure on, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic comes in and scores a goal. He did score in the last episode. I can't remember how many he scored, obviously because I lost the footage and I'm not sure if the stats have caught up with it, but it doesn't matter because he managed to get more than one in this game. He got himself a second there, Ibrahimovic coming through, scoring a volley, but this guy wasn't going to lay down easily, and he managed to come through, almost scoring. I was blocking away, but he did manage to get it back to 3-2, which worried me a little bit because I thought I just don't want to lose games that I know I should be winning, especially at the start of the season. And yeah, I managed to kill that off later on. You see Lacazette here getting pushed over, a bit of a soft penalty, but Ibrahimovic not complaining, and when the chance of a hat-trick is up, he's going to snap it up, and a great penalty from him. Definitely going to be our new penalty taker. I do love Ibrahimovic, very nice player to use, very good on the ball for a tall player as well, so he wins headers and he's got the skills as well, which is brilliant. Now we're coming to our last game of the episode, and we've got Payet team of the season and pairing team of the season. Also some good players in there for a whole French squad for this guy, and realised early on not to make any mistakes and give the ball away, because he was shooting on sight, he was going from all sorts of angles, but yeah, I managed to break the deadlock with probably our best goal of the series so far. Lacazette on the half foul, a really nice shot there into the post, and it just goes up, hits the bar and sort of just goes in. It's just a really nice goal. The way that went in was really nice, so probably the best goal I'd say we scored in this series so far. Now, I was really piling this pressure on, and it wasn't long before I got a second goal. Matuidi, of all people, hasn't really scored much. He's been more of a provider, doing lots of the nitty gritty work, but comes in with a nice finish, a finesse on his left foot. Got a free kick just on the edge of the area, and Alves again, he is just such a great sign. I'm so glad that I switched out Mandanda for him, because it was just a nightmare with Mandanda in goal. He was so clumsy, but yeah, not much Alves could do about that one, as Pogba came through and scored. But I was really trying with Ibrahimovic just to get through, get a nice easy finesse goal into the corner to kill the game off. But in order to kill the game off, I did a nice Rabona cross from Ibrahimovic, Payet with a header, and it just passes the line. No technology on the Xbox 360 for the goal line stuff, but yeah, like I said, it'll be on the PS4 next year. But Payet there scoring a nice goal, a nice Rabona cross there from Ibrahimovic. He's got them skills, and yeah, just finished off the episode there. So this has been episode 25. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this 3-1 win there. 2 wins out of 2 in Division 2 at the moment, and hopefully we can keep that up in the next episode. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.